Hey, what's up, everyone? We're gonna get started real soon. I think there's some technical difficulties with our YouTube, um, but we'll go ahead and get started as soon as we can. Give me 1 second. Alright, guys, so today we're gonna be working on a little bit, uh, a few things on just getting your LinkedIn set up and a little mock interview. But hope you guys enjoy. There are some technical difficulties going on with YouTube, but we'll go ahead and get started right now. Hope you enjoy, right, guys? Talk to you later.
And also, Javier, if you want to give feedback, feel free to join us too.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Vignesh. Nice to see
Yeah, hi Kaushik. How are you, man?
you. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna post the Vignesh LinkedIn profile on Slack, and you go from there. Okay, try to find the channel. And I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, here's Vignesh
Yeah, yeah, Steven. I
LinkedIn
think my
profile.
profile is not visible. Are you
Yeah.
all able to see it?
So what would you say first thing?
I can able to see his profile.
Oh, you cannot see his profile. You can
No,
look on. Can
I
you
am
look on Hangout?
I'm able to see his profile.
Okay.
Okay. You share, right? Okay.
So let's go from the top.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So first thing, what do you see first thing?
First thing, I think he is working on it. So I can consider those things. For example, the photograph
Mm-hmm.
and a good smile is something like nice to see you.
Okay.
And after
Yeah.
that,
So
mhm.
maybe you can go like in the detail a little bit. Why it's important to see your picture profile on LinkedIn?
Yes, because let's say when recruiters search for a developer, he gets a list of all the developers, and even though you have a good skills and tagline, um, he will not click on the profile because uh, like he will not feel like comfortable because he is not able to see who is this person. Instead of he will try to go with someone who is smiling. So that's why I think profile picture should be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it also look like if you don't have the profile picture, and that's the first thing that the recruiter see you, the recruiter, like me personally, would think that the profile is incomplete, you know. And when you have that first impression that your profile is incomplete, I don't want to read anything else. As a recruiter, because they are so busy, they are looking at like hundreds of recruit candidates every day. So if they see something like that, like you are out basically. And also they want to see you as a person, like they want to see what what kind of person are you? Are you like, what kind of personality are you? And it's good to have like smiling pictures, you know, and something that look professional on your profile picture.
Should it always be in formal, or any attire is fine for our picture?
So it doesn't have to be super formal. It depends on your role. And for me, for a software engineer, it doesn't have to be like really formal. You can see like some other people, like I can see here that, you know, they are in a suit, and normally you don't wear a suit when you know, when you work as a software engineer. So I would say like, you know, kind of casual, but it's not like, not super business, but not like, not too personal. Like what I have here, my profile picture, you can see here, it's just me, and I don't wear anything. I just wear, I mean, I wear just the t-shirt, and that's basically like what a lot of software engineers are wearing, and that's okay.
Something it should be something pleasant, like another person will feel comfortable with you by seeing your picture.
Yeah. So gonna move on to next one. So you have your name, which is good, and the next one is the headline, right? So this line, and you said built in
Yeah, it's like I
progress.
changed it recently when I spoke with Kaushik. I said like once we prepare the profile, we'll make it public. So I just removed all the taglines and just got it built in.
I see. So you're still working on this one.
Yeah, Steven, working on it. It's like I've just completed my resume and got some feedback from Kaushik.
Mhm.
It's like probably maybe in a week or two, I might have my LinkedIn profile ready.
Okay.
And this tagline, can we put those? You remember during the beginning of the workshop, we chose 3 adjectives about us, like what type of person we are. Can we put that in the place of tagline, or should it be something else? Like what exactly should be there?
There are one thing that I believe which works really well is a role, that target role, not the role that you already have experience on that role, or something which you want to be. For example, let's say you want to be a software engineer, but before that you were a tester. So don't put what you were, put what you want to be, like software engineer. Then give a pipe, and mention three skills that you are good at, which will land you a job. So 3 skills, and after that, if you have any specialization, then mention that. Like for example, for me, I write software engineer or DevOps engineer in the way that it looks good, like software engineering professional. Then I give a pipe, like a straight line, and then I give 3 top skills: Docker, AWS, and Python. Then I give pipe and give my another, like availability. That's my, or automation. So something like this, in 3 parts you can cover that. And I actually told you the reason about that, because it's that's your marketing picture when recruiter hit search button, then all the listings came up, and they noticed this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really important to understand that you can put the job title that you are looking for, even though you have not experienced anything, like you don't have that experience before, you know, because it's not about something like, it's not about something that describe yourself 100%, you know, the tagline here. It's about what you want to become more than anything else. And Another mistake that I saw, like many of students, they usually put actively looking for a full-time job. Kaushik, what do you think about that? If someone put like, I'm actively looking for a full-time job, like, because I'm really actively looking for a full-time job.
Yeah, so that sounds a little bit desperate. So you have to value yourself, and this is completely my point of view. Okay, so it seems that you are you are getting very hard time to finding job by saying I am actively looking for full-time opportunity, something like that. Instead of it should be a very gentle. For example, available for full-time employment, or you can, sometimes you just do not need to say that you are available, because LinkedIn gave you the option to mark you as available for the market, which is separate, and recruiter will know by reaching your profile that you are actively looking for job change or full-time opportunity. So do not need to mention at all, or if you want to mention, just mention I'm available for, like, available for full-time employment. But I don't encourage that in the tagline.
Yeah, and even if you look for a job, or like everyone who is a student and you have a profile on LinkedIn, is like, it's very obvious that you're going to be looking for a job anyway, right? So you don't have to say that, or you don't have to waste your tagline space for that one. And like Kaushik said, it looks like you are desperately looking for a job, and that can turn people away. And also it would look like you don't have experience, you know. But some people already have experience, and they still put actively looking for a job, which looks like, did you just get fired from your company? Or, you know, they have a lot of questions, why are you looking for a job, you know, something like that. So it's better not to put it on your tagline. So let's move on to the next one. So you, like, this one basically is the nothing much you can change, right? So the company that you used to work for, the company that you used to be, you are currently working at. What about this one, that the address?
I think I need to update that.
Okay, yeah, I think it's better, because this one would give impression that you are still in India.
Yeah.
And they would not contact you if you are in India.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have one note about this. Lots of people ask me, should I put San Francisco or should I put Los Angeles instead of Fullerton? Because when you put address as a Fullerton, then the recruiter who is sitting at LA is searching in the radius of 50 miles, may or may not get your profile listed, right? So people ask me whether you should put what location you have to put. So basically this location tells, or you tells where you are, but actually it is used by the recruiter as like this person is willing to work at this location.
Yeah.
So use in that way, like you can put LA, that location, that means you are willing to do job at LA. So
oh, wow, that's really good one. I actually didn't know about that before. So they say basically if you put India, it would not even show up on the search, right? Because they would search based on the radius of the place. And so if, like, one question that I have is, say if you are currently in LA, but you want a job in San Francisco, can you, if you put San Francisco in here, is it a lie, or is it?
yeah, so when recruiter asks you where you are located, then you tell upfrontly that I'm located in Fullerton, but I am trying to get a job at San Francisco. So that's why I put on profile my
Mhm.
current location as San Francisco, and I'm trying to I'm willing to and I'm planning to relocate to San Francisco. So you can tell them this upfront.
Yeah, that
Yeah, you're looking at San Francisco, so your profile will be there in their listings.
yeah, exactly. So it's not about, just forget about if it's right or wrong, or correct or incorrect, or is it a lie or is it a truth. It's not about that. It's about working with the system. And this is how LinkedIn works. You want a job in San Francisco, and that's the way that the recruiter can search you on LinkedIn, right? And you are willing to move, so there's no problem. There's no problem there. So next one, you can see that, okay, Vignesh has 171 connections. So what do you think about that?
Actually, for student, more than 100 is fine, and
Mhm.
I do not recommend someone to someone to add who is not relevant to your profession. For example, if someone is in the art and media and he's your friend, but I don't encourage to add him in your LinkedIn network, because uh, there is one option which shows the graph of your network, which shows how many senior level persons in your LinkedIn network, how many relevant are in the network, how many recruiters are inside your network. So all this data can be visible. Even you can see by going to see connection, and you can see from if you have premium account. Uh, so this is the one thing, and second thing is because your profile more looks like relevant to your area of interest or software developer. For example, if you add lot of people from art and marketing, and let's say from geographical background, geography as a subject of science, then you will get all the posts of that related to those, and you will by chance you can like those posts. So when I see your profile, there is a highlight section, right? So in highlight section, I can see three posts that you have liked or you have active on. So that's make a really big difference. So don't like anything. Also, that's the another point that I wanted to tell you.
Mm.
So keep your connections relevant to you. So that's
Okay.
the point.
Yeah. So another section that we're gonna look for is this one is called summary, right?
Yes.
So what do you usually put it on summary, and what do you think about this summary of this profile?
So summary is something I misunderstood at the very beginning about the summary. So summary you can put which can represent you as a person. For example, how you how as a person you are motivated, you are quick learner, you are interested in technical news, or you are tech savvy. All these things, mention your short term and long term goal, so that when recruiter reach, he will know that yes, this he knows what he is doing. Also tell little bit about your achievements if possible, but make it second paragraph and very short. And third section, that's the keyword. You can add keywords, but only when your market research is very strong and you know why you are putting this keyword. in the keyword section, because on that basis your profile is going to list um, in the search result of recruiter. For example, if you put all the keywords of tester, developer, web developer, software developer, then that's not good. So choose one field and make sure you're putting the right keywords. So this is about the summary.
Okay. Yeah, and also this one, so the same thing, right? You are, looks like you are looking for a job.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
summary of my resume, so I just put it.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, this is just the feedback that you don't have to put that here, because
Yeah.
it's very obvious that people are looking for a job on LinkedIn already. So
and the objective part of the resume, I think it is outdated, because putting objective like looking for something like that to grow myself and this thing. So this is pretty obvious. It's not something you're doing uniquely. So instead of putting objective like this, you can put a tagline. Tagline means every brand has its a statement, right? Like Nike has just do it. That kind of statement you should have. For example, software engineering professional having over 3.5 years of experience, specialize in this and that. That's it. Just one or two line. So that's the tagline you should mention at the top of LinkedIn or resume. This is like what I feel.
okay, so Kaushik, you already talked about highlights that you don't have to like something that is not relevant to your career, right?
Yes.
The next one is gonna be like all this experience and education. They are mostly gonna be details, right? And since we were talking a lot about that, the information at the top here, and it's very important to have the summary and the headline and picture profile very good, because that is like the first impression. So maybe Kaushik, maybe you can share your screen and kind of give what is the good example of this part at the top here.
Yeah, sure.
And you can also show what you wanted to show, the the whole profile that you have, and also your email that you got from other recruiters.
Are you able to see my screen now?
I have to stop sharing 1 second. Okay, now you can share your screen.
Yeah. So there is one more point that about the background. So on the internet you will get what's the background of this and customize this background. So you can see my background. It's something mathematical and analytical thing, which looks good. So now, as I told, this is my profession, DevOps engineer. Then these are my strong skills. I mentioned 5. At least you should mention 3 of that. And this is my specialization. So then you know this. Then about the summary, you can see first paragraph, second paragraph, and at the third there is a keyword. So at first paragraph you can see as me as a person, self-motivated DevOps software engineering professional with over 3.5 years of experience. I haven't mentioned I'm looking for a job. Then I can share my passion, like passionate about solving complex engineering problems, what I like, what I want to be. So what I were doing previously, involved in all phases of software engineering, successfully provided automation solution using Python. So all these things. And at the last, I mentioned in long run, in next 5 years, I see myself as a solution architect like this. So this is the one example. So all-star profile you will get only when you will get a job and you will have a current experience position. So if you go here, then if you click this, I currently work here, then you will get all-star here. So don't worry about that. So you can see here my activities, my articles is listed here, and what I liked, which feeds I like, you can see here. Steven, should I go ahead with the experience section? Okay. So I'm not able to hear you, Steven. Oh, you are on mute, I think. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I was on mute, sorry. So you can show the experience quickly, don't have to go to details. And
Yes.
I want to say that Kaushik has, like, out of everyone that I know, Kaushik has like the most comprehensive LinkedIn profile that I have ever seen. So this is like, if you want to see like very, very good example, this is Kaushik has like the best one that I have seen so far.
Thanks, Steven, about that. Yes, so going ahead with the experience, so you can see a few things I did here is recruiters are more interested in your current work. If you're a student, don't worry about that. But a few things that I want to share which shows confidence. For example, see, this thing is little bit fancy, but uh, that shows confidence. I think I clicked on that. And so you can see a short story. In one line, I told what I'm doing currently and what I'm performing and what I have performed during this job. And don't hesitate to add media. There is a reason uh, for this section is here. So feel free to add your photographs from your current uh, work or whatever represent your company or anything. So put the video or web page here. Same thing for previous experience. Feel free to add media and how to write experience. That is another subject. You should write that you have done already and what's the impact you have created that you have to mention. There should be a stats also. Now there is a second point that I want to mention is writing the title. There is 550 character string in the title. If the titles are so small like software engineer, software developer, then why they gave 550 character strings? Because they wanted to know about your title. So here you can see a software engineer, and I'm specialized in this area of while I was playing role of software engineer. But in the data model, you can see I was working on DevOps, but I was software engineer. And also, if you haven't worked, you want to be software engineer, but you have worked as a tester, then it is irrelevant. Then in bracket you can mention software engineer, and at front you can mention a test engineer, and mention all the relevant uh, job skills or relevant job roles that you have done as a software engineer in that section. You can see here my certificates during that time. So now this is all about experience. So do you want to add something, Steven, or should I move to education section?
No, it's good. You can do the education section.
So in also education section, you can see, feel free to show your GPA if it is good, otherwise it's fine. Then during your masters or something, take active part of whatever going around there in the university. For example, take part in some honor society, or be volunteer for any events that happen, and you can mention those here. You can put those photographs here. So that's the one thing. After the education, and especially if you are international student, add your university link here, because there is one reason that I added this, because here recruiters does not know my university. So if they got this link, they go to university and they see the web page, and university did the rest of the job. That web page did the rest of the job, that how good that university is, why this university is good. So that's the very good very good impression about your education. After that, if you have any volunteer experience, then you can add that. If not, then that's fine, or just go ahead and do some good work and portray it. About skills, remove all those skills which are irrelevant to your area. For example, Microsoft Office, or something which is very common. Nobody cares about that, like Microsoft Word, uh, all these things. So just mention, and you can reorder them, right? There is reason for reordering. Uh, if you reorder the top skills at the top, then people will see that and they can endorse you. Or these skills you wanted to show to people, that so it is very important to reorder and keep only those skills which are relevant to your target position. I'm not telling you have to add each and every skill of your previous experience. If you want to grow in the whatever you were doing, then that's fine. Otherwise, just put the skills relevant to your target position. So uh, uh, there is one more thing about the recommendation section, is uh, about the skills. After skill section and endorsement, there is one more thing which is important, is recommendations. Why it is important? Because when you apply on job, there is a easy apply for on LinkedIn. For example, I think you all know, you can apply using your LinkedIn profile. So when you apply there, recruiter can see three things: your photograph, your tagline, your photograph, your tagline, and directly your recommendations. If you don't have, it will only show those two things. So you should have recommendations. Then if you're a graduate student, then you can have recommendation from your professor or from someone who is studying with you and having experience. Then add all the relevant courseworks, uh, or you can add all if all are relevant. Then add all certificates that you have done. Then about the projects, be goal oriented or result oriented about the projects. So what you did and what's the impact of that project. um, After that, I encourage you to publish something, so that you can show that you can document, you have a good writing skills. So you can see here I have one publication. Then having a part of honor society and organization in the university has a huge benefit. You can put on your LinkedIn profile, and through that you can show that your personality, that you're a very easygoing person. You takes lead, you takes initiatives and everything, and be very strict about the interest that you're liking here. You will see a lot of interesting things, but uh, only keep those things here in interest which are relevant to your target position. So this is about the LinkedIn profile. So let me know if you if I missed something or if you want to add.
Yeah, Kaushik. So you have very good LinkedIn profile, and can you show the result of uh, what you got from the recruiter?
Yeah, so on the daily basis, you can say notifications. I'll go, I can directly show. I just wanted to show the views, but I just, yeah, so you can see here emails which I haven't opened since yesterday. So on daily basis, I get at least 3 or 4 recruiters reach me about opportunity. Then you can see since 3 days there are 7 recruiters are there, and I haven't replied them back yet. uh, so all these things you can see, since June 1st, in every day you can see 31st, then 1st June, then 2nd June, then 3rd and 4th, I think there is Saturday or Sunday weekend, then 5th, then 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So on daily basis 3 or 4 recruiters reach me, uh, and that's a good result. So that's the result of doing all these things. So let me share you the views. So I was not active since few days, but still you can see my views is 659 in past 90 days, and 4 works at 10 part 7 works at Vsauce, California, 11 job title information. Okay, I cannot show you more because I just turned off my uh, premium. So otherwise I can I wanted to show you the stats of the profile, how many recruiters are reaching me. There is one thing about the job section. So when you open the job section, this option is very important: update career interest, add the location, add the target title, and if your title is not here, for example DevOps engineer, you cannot, I'm not getting this title here, so I don't put that. Don't put if your title is not here, just don't put it. Keep it as a blank. uh, Give your interest here. If you're not sure, don't add industry, but I know these 3 industry works well for us. um, then there is one more thing. When you turn on, you can mention this few lines which recruiter should know. For example, I don't want to waste my time by telling recruiter on the call that I am having OPT and I cannot work if they want green card, and so it's waste of time. So I mention all the constraint upfront. So what I'm looking for, what experience that I have, which level of interview I'm expecting. So take this very seriously. Then in my network, no, there is nothing much about this. Yeah, so I think I covered all these things that I wanted to share.
Yeah, and, One question for Kaushik. So how many people, how many jobs did you apply for without the recruiter reaching out to you before you got a job?
So out of 10, no, it's very bad thing to say out of 10, because I just applied, I remember only 5 job applications at very beginning, but more than 200 recruiters reached me within 3 months of span. And yeah, I don't believe on applying lots of application. Do apply, but keep it like very honest, work on that application, and then only apply. Otherwise, make your presence so well uh, that people will reach to you.
Yeah, when you have really good LinkedIn profile, you don't even have to apply for any job, right? People are gonna find you, and yeah, you're gonna get, if you get like 3 or 4 people contacting you every day, chances are you're gonna get a job, right? Eventually. I actually got my current job from LinkedIn, and I didn't apply for anywhere. Like someone just reached out to me, and yeah, I got a job from there. I want to move on, but I want to ask Vignesh, do you have any other questions?
No, Stephen, like I've noted down all the inputs from Kaushik. So in case if I'm getting stuck anywhere, probably I'll reach out to Kaushik and get it clarified.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to move on to Kenny's profile.
Thank you, Kaushik. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So let me share my screen here, and we're going to have to do it pretty quickly now because we are getting late. So I'm going to share my screen and look at the profile right here. Oh, too many things open. Okay, Adi Kola. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, you did.
Adi Kola. So let's review your profile here. Kaushik, what do you think? What do you think about the picture?
I think it could be better, but I haven't gotten around to taking a good one yet.
Yeah, picture is nice. Picture is
Yeah, I think your profile picture is fine. There's nothing wrong about that. And you know, glasses with software engineer, they go together. So basically, it tells you that it tells people that you are people who, you know, like programmer kind of person. So it's good. Like look at the headline, available for full-time employment. This is what we were talking about, right? That you shouldn't be putting that. Instead of that, you should put the job title that you're looking for and the 3 skills that you are comfortable at. What else?
We already covered these things. The job title, he can put the skills and the specialty that he is looking or he is already having. It's good if he have already or he wanted to pursue the career in that. About the summary section, let me read.
Yeah, this is what I would put, like web developer skill in blah 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 here. I would put this, I would copy and paste this instead of this.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
That would give you very, very good profile. And you can use the summary to explain a little bit more about what you can do and the project you have done and a little bit more about yourself. And so now you have 47 connections. That I would improve that one too. And it's actually very easy, to add more connections. So I can show you how I would do it. Basically, click on My Network, and you're gonna look at, there'll be a lot of people here that you can connect to. For me, I don't need to connect to a lot of people, so I usually look around and see, some people that I'm interested in. And right now, I'm more interested in startup company. So when I see someone like co-founder, I would connect to him, and that's all, right? That's all you do, and you just click on these people again and again. Like I see it again, CEO and co-founder of some company. I click on that, connect, and eventually these people, they're gonna accept it. A lot of people might not accept it, but you don't have to care about it. You just keep building your relationship, building your connections. Okay, I found another one, co-founder and chief architect, which is very similar to what I'm trying to do. Like I'm an architect and I want to start up my company, so I want to connect to this guy.
Yeah,
And for software engineer, you're gonna see like a bunch of students and software engineers. So just like I wouldn't suggest you to spam people. Like if you desperately looking for 500 plus, you can just spam anyone. But I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you to keep like pretty good connection instead.
So I have one more thing about the connections. If you find someone who is recruiter of your dream company, then just don't send request. Go to his profile. Then while sending the connection, add the note. Go to his profile, his articles, and comment something on that article. Or if you have a common group, then be active for some time and check his activities, his history, and put at least a line which is common between you and him, or appreciate him in some way, and then request for a connection. So in that way, he will more. There are more chances that he will accept your connection.
Okay, so Adi Kola, do you have any questions?
Yeah. For projects, what kind of projects do I put in my profile?
For projects, let me go to. Yeah, so you don't have that section yet, right? And you're looking to put some project. You can. So I'm gonna let Kaushik answer that actually.
Yeah. So now you have very good chance to choose a project. So I hope you know in which area you want to go. What is your target goal? So try to work on some project which is very relevant to your target role or your dream job, and then put that project. I don't recommend put lot of project, every project you have done, but put the impressive work that you have done. Put only 2 projects, that's fine, but you should know in and out about that project.
Okay.
Okay, any other question? If not, I'm gonna move on to Sharush.
That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more details, but we just don't have enough time to review everything now. But you can always feel free to reach out to me or Kaushik, and we can review it more. Okay, thank you, Adikla.
Okay, thank you.
So is Sharush there?
No, that's it's me, Tony.
Oh, okay. We're gonna review one more before we go on to the next one.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for Shaurush to join us.
Hello.
Hi, Shaurush.
Hey, hi.
So, okay, we're gonna review your LinkedIn profile a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your profile looks pretty good already, actually.
Thank you.
Um,
I've followed all coaching systems.
oh, I see. So you have picture that is
Right.
like already professional. That's what
Okay.
I would say. You are in the kind of office uniform, you know, kind of
Yeah.
something like that, and you are taking that picture in front of some building which looks like an office. So this one gives people impression that you are already have some experience, right? So that is very good. What about this? Okay, I'm gonna let Kaushik talk about
Yeah,
it.
this is a pretty good job she done here about the tagline. So I know what she's looking for or what she knows. So that's really good. You can be specific if you're looking for internship, then just put internship. If you're looking for full time, then because during internship you cannot do full time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just mention that thing. Otherwise, it's very good. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, actually, I did it full time or internship just because if you will give me internship, I may do full time job with you. This is what the reason behind it.
That you can talk while your initial conversation or even after going and working with them during the internship. You can convey that personally.
All right, cool.
But that's fine. It doesn't hurt if you put both.
Yeah, I have the feedback. I would actually, so this is really good, right? But I would put front end or database developer first, and then your skills. And then if you want to say that you are available, you can say it, but it's not necessary. Yeah.
All right. All right.
What about the summary?
Let me just go through it.
I like it. So you said that, so people know that you're a student, right? This one, and you say where you're from, and you said a few skills, which is like very very trendy kind of skills, like agile development, you know development life cycle. And there's a few keywords here that people might look for, like Angular, HTML5, PHP, which is very good. And lastly, this one is what I like the most, which because you don't just put like technical skills, you also put the your soft skills, like what kind of characteristic, what kind of personality you are too. So basically this one is very short but very sweet, that the recruiter can tell that, okay, you are Angular developer, you are a student, and this is your personality, right? I can just glance it and I can already tell that, okay, this is the kind of developer you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and she also done very good job with the keywords. So she sprinkle all the keywords in the summary.
Yeah, and that one would give you very good chance for the recruiter to find you on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's good. And again, we don't have time to go through like everything here, but okay, now I can see like you already have media and your yeah, I think it's very good. Your profile start to look like Kaushik.
I followed him.
did you get any messages from recruiter already?
So basically, I'm doing it from yesterday and today. So as of now, even it is not complete, I have to add something in my current master.
Mhm.
Plus, so many things yet to add, recommendations and all. So right now, I'm working on it.
Okay. Did you get any message from recruiter on your inbox?
Not now,
Not
because
yet. Okay.
yeah, because I did it yesterday and today only.
Oh, okay. You did it yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're gonna get something in a week. Within a week, you're gonna get something.
Yeah, I got my previous job from LinkedIn only.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have like profile like this, you're gonna get a lot more.
Thank you.
Any other question for us, Charush?
Not really.
Okay.
Still, I'm working.
Okay. Thank you, Charush.
Thank
And so the next activity we're gonna do is a mock interview, and so we can do with like anyone who wants to do mock interview. And I didn't ask anyone about this before. We're gonna do it live here. So let me stop my screen share and go back to my Google Hangout. Okay, Charush, since you are here already, would you like to be? Oh, actually, Tony is not there anymore. Yeah, well, that's okay. Maybe we can do it at some other time. So I asked my friend to do the mock interview, but I think he was here, right? But I think he's not here anymore. He's busy with something else. So okay, so we are done with the activities then. I'm gonna move on to the last section for today, which is the presentation. So if you have presentation, you can follow along, and so I'm gonna talk a little bit about like what we're gonna do after this, what we can do after this. Okay, so wasn't it good, like that review of the LinkedIn and whatever Kaushik provide and what we have so far? Like we were talking about self-analysis, right? At first, and what is your career? What is your goal? And the next session, we were talking about the professional branding. How do you make your resume? How do you make your LinkedIn? And 2 days ago, we were talking about interviewing and how to get out of your comfort zone. How do you get out of your fear of interviewing? So those are basically just the knowledge, and you can follow along with me on the slides number 3. It's just knowledge. You have to apply it. Knowledge is like almost nothing. You can talk about it. You can tell other people about it, but it's like it's nothing if you don't apply for it. You have to turn the knowledge into actions. And how do you turn knowledge into action? You have to apply. You have to you have to do it. You have to work on something. And like Charush was a good example, right? She got the LinkedIn profile, like she got the knowledge from Kaushik, and she actually applied it, and you can already see that, wow, now like overnight her LinkedIn profile looks a lot better. And I bet that in a few days she's gonna get a lot of recruiter contacting her about this. So what is the next step? Is basically you have to apply your knowledge into action. And go to the next slide number 4. Because everyone has different career goal. you have different background, you have different kind of experience, you have different kind of skill sets, and that turn into your career goal is going to be different too. Maybe you want a job to, like, you want to get a job as an OPT because you are an F1 student, right? And you don't care about any company, you just want an OPT. Or maybe you already have experience and you want to work in a well-known company. Or maybe you can work anywhere, like anywhere in the US, and you don't care about it, or you want to be somewhere where your family is. Maybe you have a family in Los Angeles, and you want to just stay there, right? People have different kind of goals. And so when you, like, this one is pretty important, that when you said you can go anywhere, the job market, that the top 3 job market, I would say, is, first one is for sure in San Francisco. The second one would be Seattle for the software engineer. And I think the third one is like New York City, right? So when you search for a job, look for like this city, and there's plenty of job there. Other goals that you might have is, you might want to work in a hot startup, or you might want to work in an established company, right? So people have different kind of career goals and background and experience. And how do you tailor what are the next step toward the goal? That one you would have, that one is not something that we can help much in this kind of session, because whatever information that we provide here is most likely very general and very broad kind of knowledge that you can apply to just about anything. So if you want something really specific to your goal, you're going to need something like personalized. So how do you make personalized steps toward the goal? Go to next slide, number 5. You need personalized action, and who can help with that? There are few people can help, but the first one is going to be yourself. You know yourself the most, and you know what you want, right? You know how to improve it, and actually the only person that can do is yourself. You cannot have other people develop you if you don't like get up and, you know, take the action. And but also it takes time if you're gonna do it by yourself. If you're gonna do it all by yourself, like Kaushik, he spent months and months and months learning how LinkedIn works. Yeah, so it's pretty hard. Like Vincent, the knowledge that he put together in the last 2 sessions, he actually spent like about 7 months on those kind of knowledge. So it takes a lot of time to do it all by yourself. Maybe you can have friends to help you. Your friends can help with reviewing your resume and LinkedIn, and maybe talk about technology or how to develop yourself. Or your friend can even do like some mock interview with you. But you have to find someone that you can trust, and, you know, make sure that they know what they are doing. Otherwise, it's gonna be like leading blind, which is like, if you don't know what the good resume look like, and your friend doesn't know what good resume look like, and you are talking to each other, you're gonna be like, you don't know what's going on, right? So be careful about that if you have your friends working with you. And the last one is the coach. And, you know, we have that, right? A lot of people take advantage of the coach that we already have here. So coaches are knowledgeable about getting a job. Like, they already spend months and months and years around this, and they can help a lot. But the problem is, not everyone are always willing to help or available to help. And I actually have to spend a lot of time recruiting the coaches for this session, actually. And well, thank you a lot. Thanks a lot about thanks those coaches that helping us here, and we are really appreciate it. So that's one thing that I want to offer. So since we already have coaches, and you get to know the coaches, and you know what it's going to look like already, and you know that it can be very tedious to improve your LinkedIn profile, to write your resume, or to do the interview. So go to the next slide, number 6. We can offer an ongoing career course, which is going to be, so I'm going to review your career course, career goal and background, and I'm going to match you with a coach. So basically, if I'm going to talk to you again and see if the coach that you have already, the one that can help you reach your goal. Okay? And maybe it's going to be the same course, maybe it's going to be different coaches. And the coaches can help you build your personal brand and your career profile. And they can help you review your resume, your LinkedIn, mock interview with the professional. And when you do mock interview, that one is like taking a lot of time too, and usually people don't have a chance to do interview with anyone unless they go to real interview, right? And for most people, you don't want to like fail again and again for a few months until you actually learn how to interview with someone. And mock interview is going to be helping you a lot. And I know a lot of software engineer professionals that we can help you. We can make it like a real interview that you can come in and you don't know this person, but he read your resume and we start interviewing, which is going to be very similar to interviewing. So you're prepared before you go to the real interview. The coaches can advise what you can improve on, and they can advise whatever interview process, and even after that, the offer, when you get an offer, how do you negotiate better salary or your title or something like that. There's a lot of details that we haven't covered in this course yet. So if you are interested in something like this ongoing career course, you can email me about it, and I can work something out for you. Let me see if Tony is back. Hey, Tony?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Do you have a few minutes to help with the mock interview?
Okay, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So, okay, we can do it here. Tony is a friend of mine, and he's a software engineer at, well, I'm gonna let Tony introduce himself later. But Shaurush, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, do you want to do a mock interview with Tony?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Tony take this, and so this is like, we didn't set this up at all. Tony has no idea who Shaurush is. He just know that he's gonna be interviewing with a software engineer, and Tony haven't seen any Shaurush resume on LinkedIn. So this is like really fresh, and this is like a mock interview for the phone interview. Okay, so let's start it. Tony, you can take it from here.
Thanks, Steve. So, Sharu.
Hi, Tony.
Hello, hi. I haven't met you guys, but working at the companies for the last 16 years, this happens a lot. Sometimes people come in and then your boss would ask you to, hey, can you interview a guy? But then he give you a resume. But this happens. So just like this is a good opportunity for a mock interview. And I don't know who you are, Sharu, but
Mhm.
I would take it as how my boss would ask me to interview a candidate that he would like to hire. So by first, maybe you could introduce yourself a little bit and let me know what you're doing, what kind of things that your inspiration. So just let me know a little bit about yourself first.
Yeah, sure. I'm Charushila Avar. Currently, I'm master's student at Cal State University, Fullerton. Before this, I was working in India almost a year, and I already did my one master from UK. And currently, I'm looking for the opportunity which will give me which will provide me the good knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly I'm looking for jobs in development and testing.
Development and testing. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit why you like development and testing, or you like both, or what do you think is more critical, development or testing?
Basically, I'm looking for the front-end development especially in AngularJS, and I'm currently working on the AngularJS as well. In my current project, I'm implementing on implementing it with the AngularJS, HTML5, and CSS3 with PHP as a backend. And testing, to be frank, as of now, I do not have much experience about it. But I feel I'm good with both things, and I can do it nicely.
Got it. So speaking of the AngularJS, it sounds like you're up to date with the technology and everything. Can you tell me a little bit about your projects that you have been working on and that you feel comfortable talking about?
Yeah, sure. First, I would like, my project topic is MediaAssist. First, I would like to tell the background of it, and its key, MediaAssist key goal. In USA, there is so many problems related with the non-emergency services. People do not get the medical assistant for the non-emergency services, such as injury, sickness, or flu shots. They have to wait in the long queue, or they have to wait to take the doctor's appointment to meet the doctor. So currently I'm working on the web app, which will help the user to book an appointment with a doctor, and the doctor will visit at their place, at the customer's place, as per their time and schedule. So this is what the main goal of my project.
Got it. So that sounds very good, because I don't think we have that in US yet. And so and because Indian has a big population, like 1.2 million, then is your project it had been developed in mind for scalable for the future?
Yeah, I have in mind, because my sister-in-law is doctor in India. So actually, I just talked with her, even my brother-in-law. So I talked with them, and I'm trying to implement the same thing in India. And most probably I'll start with them only.
Got it. And so I believe in you, and I could tell that you have a lot of passion in what you do. So how comfortable are you working in a team or independently? Which do you prefer?
Basically, I'm flexible for both things, because when you work in because it is because both things are very important in the work culture. But when it comes to finish any task, so I would like to prefer it to do by independently. But when it comes to some suggestion or some discussion or something like that, so I would like to prefer it to do it in the teamwork.
Definitely. Sometimes other discipline would know more, so we bounce ideas off each other. I like that. I like how you like working in team. And so a lot of times, Charu, is that before we get a on-site interview, there's a lot of something like this where we call and we try to do a phone screen interview to find out if we like the person, and we would invite them for on-site interview. It happens a lot of times. And And I don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about me, about the company I work for. But so far, I feel good vibes about what you told me. So I'd like to proceed a little bit further and ask you more questions about. So in your past projects, what's the number one thing that like the one biggest hurdle that you came across?
Of course, I would like to tell you about my master's project, which I have done in UK. Basically, I did it in the 2013, and I did it in the big data Hadoop. So at that time, I was not knowing anything about the big data and Hadoop, but I just found that this idea is very interesting. My senior told me about it, and I was very curious about it. What exactly it is, because everyone knows the normal things. So what it is, and then I just started looking on it. What exactly the Hadoop is, big data is, MapReduce, HDFS. Then I started working on it. I chose my project in big data only and Hadoop only. And in that, I was not knowing which technology I can use, what exactly it comes. I researched on it. I read a lot of research papers, lot of things. I met my mentor who was there with me. Then she guided me what to do, then I did the proposal for it, through which I got a lot of knowledge what I can do, and then I started implementing it. So when I was doing it, so actually it was the performance measurement in the multi-node Hadoop cluster. So previously I had a planning to do on the multiple systems by installing the various machines and all, but then I failed to do all those things, and I had a time constraint as well. So then I just realized, instead of doing these many things, if I'll do in the one system only with the one virtual machine and two OS, then I started doing that. And at that time, actually it was a comparison, like which benchmarking tool is the best for Hadoop. So there were the three benchmarking tools which I considered. That was the word. One is the terabyte sort, TestDFSIO, and third one was the word count. Then I studied all these things, what goes with this, and I was not knowing which will be the best for it. Then I tested all those things, and finally I come to know, okay, the terabyte sort is the best benchmarking tool for the Hadoop clusters.
Got it. So eventually, like you don't know the answer, but you would go search for it and explore your options and did some trade study, and then you come up with a solution. That's what engineers do. And
I started from scratch.
Coming to the last question is, if my company were to hire you, can you tell me just one thing that why I should hire you? Just one thing about you.
Actually, I'm very proactive learner, because I'm self-motivated as well. Unless and until if some task is there and I don't know that task, how to implement it, how to do it, I will try to do it until I finish it and I understood it. So
got it. Mm-hmm. So especially the biggest quality is you're a proactive learner, and and you're very motivated, self-motivated. So no, I think this is good, and I think this is the more you do it, the more you mock interviews, the better you get at it. And my impression is that it's good, but I think it could be better, because when you summarize your thought process to be very concise, it's going to be very easy for the phone interviewer.
Yeah, actually it was on the spot.
Say like, oh, move on. But no, this is it's practice makes perfect. And with that being said, I think this is a good practice. A mock interview is always good. I never had a chance to do a mock interview. What I did is just go in real life. But I think if I had to do over again, I would definitely do a lot of mock interviews, like Stephen has said. And with that being said, I'm gonna turn it to to Steven, but I was gonna say you guys are very
Thanks, Tommy.
to have Steven as he's doing this out of his own time, and you could tell that he's very passionate about this. So you guys are very lucky to have Steven as your coach and mentor.
Mm.
And thank you, Sharu, for exercising this mock interview. I hope it helps you, and next time it will be much better. I'm definite, because I know already your thought process, how you overcome a problem, you tackle it, and you find a solution. That's what engineering is. And if I'm have a position to offer, I would hire you. I think
Thank you.
that's a good sign.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would hire you too. That was a very, very good interview, and thank you, Tony, for spending time with us. And like, I think you are on the road, right? That's why it's a little bit dark, but I think we did. It was very, very good, and Charles, you did a really good job there.
Thank you.
Just want to ask you a little bit, like, how do you feel about that mock interview?
Actually, in first question, I was scared, like, tell me about yourself. Else, I know how to say, but still I get stuck as it was the on the spot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I explained a lot because I was not knowing, so I did not made it in the format what exactly to say. But I just tried to give something.
And you did great.
Thank you.
There was one thing that Tony was commenting about being concise on your answer.
I know.
I know someone who had the same problem and he overcame it. Kaushik, do you want to talk about that? How did you overcome that? How did you improve upon it?
Yeah, sure. By standing in front of the mirror, you want me to share about the things about the public speaking and about tell me about yourself, about anything, talking with.
The question is, so how do you, well, when you were a student at Cal State Fullerton, I remember that you were talking a lot in the details and, try to explain something very, very, like say if someone asked you to explain something in 1 minute, you would go like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So how, and I know that you got a lot better after a few rounds of interview and something like that. How did you overcome it?
Yeah, so it needs practice, and thanks to you that taking few sessions about the 2 minute talks. So we used to keep a clock, and we have to say something for 2 minutes for in front of class. So for first few times it was very hard, but after that I overcome by keeping all the points precisely in my mind. So it needs practice, and yes, for example, for tell me about yourself, keep a format for yourself and practice is within 1 minute. So answer is the practice.
Okay, that's a very good.
All right, thanks, Kaushik.
Javier?
I just add one more thing is that when I was in an interview, and a lot of times when Steven say that it has to be concise, it's not because they want to pressure you, but because they have like 15 minutes of time that they have to ask some questions. So if you take too much time, they will not get to ask to the core question, and by that, it's kind of like they didn't get to ask the key question that will eventually hire you. So a lot of times, my technique is to listen and repeat the question, I would repeat the question what they ask and say like, oh, is this what you asked about the what algorithm to use? And in the end, you just answer that, and then you just say, it's you could also ask back to the interviewer, did I answer your question? And I think that's make it easier so they know exactly there's the beginning and the end.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Javier, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of agree with Tony in that he said the more mock interviews that you do, the better. And the reason why it becomes better, it's because you get those nerves out, right? Like you were saying, Charu, that you kind of felt like, oh, I wasn't prepared. And sometimes even though you prepare a lot, the nerves can get to you. And these mock interviews, that's what helps out a lot. The nerves, it calms you down. You're used to the questions, and then to add it on top of making sure you don't talk too much. One thing I noticed from doing a lot of mock interviews is that the last question usually asked is, tell me something about yourself, or do you have any questions? And that's the opportunity I feel at during an interview, is that when you can go off and explain more about a project that you maybe didn't get a chance to get in detail with, or things. But like Tony mentioned, they're trying to get to the core questions, so knock those out as fast as you can. And usually the last two questions are going to be either any questions or tell us more about yourself. So I definitely agree with Tony.
Okay, so anyone else want to add anything or have any other questions? And okay, if not, then we are almost running out of time here. Yeah, so that's still a lot of things that you have to do, and the best person is yourself, right? But also you can find friends, you can find coaches to help, and we have a lot of people here that who wants to help you. Like every one of them that they are here because they know how hard it is to get a job, and to go to interview and fail again and again, or to write a resume that you have to improve the resume or LinkedIn profile again and again. And we are here to help. And if you need help, anything like that, reach out to me, email me at st3wang@gmail.com, and I'm pretty sure I can set something up for you. So if there's not any other question, we're gonna end it here. And I think this is very good, and thank you everyone. Thank you coaches, and thank you all the students who joined this. And this is really very good experience for me too. I have not done any online course before. I'm a professor at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm used to doing presentation or teaching someone on site, like in the classroom. And this is like, I learn a lot from here, and I hope you learn a lot too. And keep in touch, and let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, that's it. Bye everyone.
See you. Thanks, Steven.
Sonny. Thanks, Jarvis.
Good luck, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, what happened to my camera? It went down. But yeah, just as he mentioned, it's hard finding a job, and it takes persistence, right? You might fail once, you might fail a couple times, but just keep at it. Don't give up, and you'll eventually get that job that you're looking for. It goes with any software engineering job, artist job, musician. Fail fast, I guess, is the best way to say it. So good luck to you guys looking for work, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. And if you have any questions for Professor Steven as well, just let me know, and I'll forward the contact information to him. So yeah, good luck everyone, and I'll be streaming a little bit later on some video games. So catch you in about 30 minutes. All right, see you in a bit. Take care. Peace.